So we all saw Dunkirk, right?
I saw Dunkirk.
I watched Dunkirk.
Are we going to be spoily? What do you guys think?
There's not really much you can spoil.
Everyone knows what happens.
It's history. You can't spoil history.
You can spoil the things in the movie, though.
You can spoil the things in the movie.
We'll be vague.
Let's not be spoilery and see what happens.
Spoiler alert.
Okay.
I loved it.
Something might slip out.
I really.
Spoilers.
Jeez, Jono.
I thought it was really well done, and very un-American. Which is a good thing.
That is true. I loved.
It was a British movie.
Exactly, but as in like
Yeah.
used to like Saving Private Ryan and stuff, where it's so like dramatized and just like.
It wasn't a British movie though, was it? Is Chris Nolan British?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Super British.
I had no idea.
He's the most British guy there is.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go, guys.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Harry Styles was in it. That was cool.
He was apparently he got the role, and Chris Nolan didn't even know he was a singer.
What?
He just auditioned and got it
That's almost
on merit.
better.
So good.
Honestly, that was the thing. Like, at the end of it, I was just like, I didn't hate him in that.
Yeah.
I didn't
like
notice.
Harry Styles.
At the end of it, I was like, you should stop singing and keep acting. 'Cause you're great at it.
Yeah. The movie was so good.
So that's
It was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't like war movies. Like Saving Private Ryan, whatever. Like
Black Hawk Down.
whatever.
Oh,
Whatever.
so good.
That's typical American.
It's
war
so
movie,
good, though.
That's
So-
what I liked about this one, was that it wasn't
But
like that.
Chris
Black
Nolan.
Hawk Down isn't.
Chris Nolan is like
Black Hawk Down's actually quite
dead
good.
set boss. So I'm like, I have to see this movie because he made it. But I'm also like, war movies. But
It's like Dylan.
this wasn't a war
Yeah, it is.
movie.
Did you notice his car outside?
Which is why it was good, I think. And another reason I didn't like it, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but there's like no talking.
That's the best thing about it.
Exactly.
Aren't you an artistic wanker?
That's what I said. That's why I like it.
Oh, I thought you said you
Oh,
didn't
okay. I
like
thought
it.
You definitely said you didn't
did
like
not.
it.
Definitely
think
said
I
I
don't
did.
like it.
You
Like,
didn't. You said you did. This is recording, damn it.
It's 3 against 1.
you can go back and look. Get the replay
So
for
all
us.
three of us independently thought
Yep.
anyway.
And you're all wrong.
that was the best part about it, I
Yeah.
think, because it was like they showed you what happened instead of
Yeah.
telling you what happened.
Yeah, it was just brilliant.
I do understand people who don't like, because there is like a big divide about this movie, right? There's a lot of people who straight up hate this movie.
Dumb people.
And I wasn't going to say that, but you can sort of say it's people who don't understand what this movie is. I think people walking into this movie expecting, you know,
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan or
Thin Red Line.
Yeah, something like that. That's not what
Call
this
of
movie-
Duty.
Your war movie examples are so wrong.
I don't watch war movies.
Thin Red Line is such like a calm, contemplative
Yeah,
reflection
it's
of
not
like,
that at
war.
all.
Like, it's so interesting.
Anyways,
American Sniper.
yeah, people expecting
Yeah, that-
straight up war movie, like that's not what this is. So if you're expecting that, because people keep saying, "Oh, nothing happened," it's like, well, that's not the point of this movie. It's not for
Yeah.
lots of things to happen. It's
Yeah.
for you to feel like what it was like to be there
Yeah.
in that moment, and it was
They did the
so
feeling thing quite
so tense.
Exercise
Yeah.
intention.
Yeah, I really liked it in that it's not every movie needs to entertain you. This movie is super depressing.
No, it's
It's
not.
super boring.
No, it's
What's
not.
depressing about it?
I don't know,
They
the
got
fact
him
that
out
they're
of
trying to get out and they're just getting bombed, that's pretty depressing.
Yeah, they
That's
should have
depressing.
died.
and every time, like, a lot of them did die though.
Dunkirk was like a turning point in the war.
I found it super depressing.
You're mad.
Was it
Because-
a turning point in the war for good?
Yeah.
Because all they did was run away.
If that army had been destroyed, there wouldn't have been an army in Britain to stop the Germans from coming across.
That's why they keep saying Churchill wanted 50,000
Yeah, he
men.
wanted people to defend Britain from being invaded. Because the Germans were overrunning continental Europe.
But not all of them got out of Dunkirk.
No.
Lots
And
of-
it did.
lots of them got stuck.
So it did actually kind of ignore the French.
Yeah.
So the remnants of like one of the French armies, because they were all together, French, the Belgians, the British, and they all got overrun. And the British are trying to get away, and it's the French army that was holding off the Germans. The reason the Germans weren't swarming onto that beach with machine guns, mowing down the British, was because there was French who kept fighting.
Yeah.
One of those French armies was actually surrounded and knew they weren't going to get out, but kept fighting anyway, which held off the Germans and occupied the Germans while the British were escaping.
Well, you saw him at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then he mentions them at the end.
He does
The
mention
whole
them at the
bit
end,
in the
yeah.
middle, it's kind of like, stuff those guys.
Yeah.
Which I guess must have been true, but I was reading a historical thing about it. apparently Churchill turned a lot of the boats around and got back and got the French, but so many of them got killed in the process.
Yeah, they got 300,000 British, and then it was 100,000 French and Belgian. But then there was heaps of French who got captured.
Still a lot of people.
Yeah.
How could you say it's boring?
The point I was trying to make is this movie isn't your typical entertaining movie.
No, it's not.
It's boring as balls.
It's not
What I'm
boring
saying
at
is
all.
movies
Weren't
can...
you tense the whole time? I felt
Yeah.
tense the whole time.
I know what I
I was
trying to say.
bored when
I was bored as hell, and then that plane sound came in,
Yeah.
and I was ready to freaking dive under my seat.
I wasn't bored for a
Because-
second.
Yeah, I don't remember being bored.
What about when they're sitting on the beach looking at the ocean? I was pretty damn bored when they were doing
it
that.
does.
No?
Or when they're walking for 15
But then
minutes.
something happens. Even at the start, he's trying to find somewhere to poop. Weren't you really tense? He might not find somewhere to poop.
I feel like you're making my point for me when you're saying that.
What?
My butt was clenched from the moment it started till the
Yeah, I
moment
was
it
trying to hold
finished.
that poop in.
It
Yeah.
I
felt-
still didn't see him do a poop.
when it finished, I was like, it's only been 10 minutes. It can't be finished yet. But it had been an hour and a half.
There's one spoiler thing before we finish. Spoiler alert for Dunkirk. Why the hell did Tom Hardy get captured? Why didn't he just land the plane where the other guys were?
Because he didn't have enough fuel.
Okay, so I think.
But he had
the
enough
idea
fuel to
was-
fly away from the beach?
No, I think what the idea was, because I was thinking, why doesn't he just glide towards the boat and then
Yeah.
jump into the boat? But
Why
I think,
don't they just eject
Which the other guy literally did before.
but I think the idea was because you know how he, spoiler alert, he still takes on one plane after he runs out of fuel.
yeah.
I think he was sticking around in air in case there was another plane. So he was like, till the moment he lands, he's gonna protect everyone.
Because
think after
he
he
flew
took out
so far away from them.
After he took out that plane, he wouldn't have had enough. Because he had no power. He's
Yeah.
losing speed.
Oh,
Then
maybe
he has to keep
the
going.
ejector doesn't work with no power.
No, he went to eject, but then he
No.
stopped, right?
No, because if he ejected, he would have landed exactly on the same spot, which he would have died anyway.
Maybe he didn't want his plane to crash into any boats.
I think his idea was until he lands, he's going to stay there to protect people, and you needed that sort of cinematic scene where he, glides.
I don't think ejector seats were that good back then. It's
Yeah.
probably why the other guy wanted to try and land his plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he opens the window, you're like, okay, he's going to eject onto the beach with all the dudes. Cool. But then he closes it. Why does he close it?
Was that before or after he takes out the other plane?
After.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
That
cold.
was confusing.
Maybe-
I'm with you there.
It was like, I loved Tom Hardy's character so much up
Yeah.
until that, and I was just like, this is so confusing.
Maybe he felt an attachment to his plane and didn't want it to be destroyed.
That's what I thought it was, and then he lit it on fire.
And then he lit it on fire.
That's-
But that's like a Viking.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. I'm like, okay, he wants to go down with his ship.
He doesn't
And
want
then
the
he lights
plane
it on
to
fire.
be taken by the Germans. He wants it to have a Viking funeral on the beach.
Yeah, it was confusing.
That was my only real problem with it. I just didn't get that. I hate self-sacrifice for no reason.
I didn't realize
Example,
that.
Rogue One.
Where would they have gone?
Not them, but
the
the
robot?
terrorist guy
Oh,
with the fake leg.
Terrorist?
He was like, I'm done running, so I'm going to blow up with the plane.
oh right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, that was a bit silly.
Because the end was like, there, they didn't have anyone
No,
else.
that made sense.
Great movie.
Was great.
Watch it.
The music
once.
is incredible.
Music was phenomenal. Hans Zimmer,
Like you
man.
don't notice it. And I
kills
watched
it.
a video on Vox where they described the
Yep.
illusion that he used, and it's like, oh yeah, that does feel really tense.
Did the sound hurt your guys' ears in the movies? It freaking killed me. I think
No.
I might have sensitive ears or something.
I think so.
Like every time the planes
That's alright.
came, I was like,
Maybe it's where you watched it.
no. It was the same for his last one, though. I actually felt exactly the same.
Interstellar?
Yeah, that one felt a little bit too loud. Yeah.
Interesting. Turn it down.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. So the actor watched it with all the Dunkirk veterans,
Oh, really?
Base.
and their reply to Chris Nolan after was like, "It wasn't so loud when we were there."
In the war, it wasn't as loud as this movie.
To be fair, those bombs, apparently the sound dissipates quite quickly because it's a big open
Ah,
space.
okay.
So unless the bomb landed right next to you, which was a massive area, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been that.
So the survivors probably wouldn't have heard that.
Yeah.
But the effect, like the screeching sound of the bomb falling, was just
and there wouldn't have been an organ playing
terrifying.
the whole time.
Yeah, that
With
too.
that
And a ticking
crazy.
clock, which was Christopher Nolan's watch.
It was Chris Nolan's actual watch.
Really?
They recorded his watch.
Wow.
That was in the
That's-
Vox video.
That's
After the
so
credits.
I didn't watch the
And it's right at the end.
Who cares if it's his watch?
It was his
Everyone.
watch.
I usually
Ali.
like that sort of thing, but that's dumb.
Not any
been,
watch.
It would have been cool if it was a veteran's pocket watch.
Yeah,
now that
that
would-
does make
that
sense.
really would have
there.
been cool.
All right, we've got a little bit.
Nolan's watched there at Dunkirk.
Maybe, who knows?
Okay, we've got a little bit over time, but there was big topics this week. What do you think? Let us know your opinions. Try not to be racist. And thanks for watching.
Just going on YouTube, Ali.
Yeah.
You basically just asked them to say the most racist.
Try
thing
not
they
to
can
be
think of.
racist, guys.
Yeah, well.
Give us your best shot.
Thanks for watching. This has been Trend Settings episode 52. We are Group Settings. I am Ali.
Jono.
My name is Chris.
Yay, Chan.
We will see you next week. We stream it live on Facebook at 8 o'clock every Thursday, depending on how early or late some people get here. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.